I gotta get the music going.
With big old wave to our gate guards. They make sure the animals stay where they're supposed to be, so I know where they are to talk about them. So these guys you'll see again. Along the fence line on your left-hand side, we have our female black buck. You'll see a bunch of males a little bit later. We have our Aoudad and a lot of little Aoudad babies. The males and females both have those horns. And then along the fence line here, we have some nilgai, and in the back we've got some yaks. Nilgai are basically the white-tailed deer of India. They're a pest species, and they are so because of the lack of tiger population. Alrighty. So we're going to start this tour off with the fallow deer. They will be on your right-hand side as soon as we get to them. Now the fallow deer are related to the white-tailed deer of New Jersey. However, unlike the white-tailed deer, they don't lose their spots as they age. So all of the individuals that you see here are adults. Now if you look at them, there's one white one. That guy is not albino, he's actually leucistic. What leucistic means is that he doesn't have any melanin, so he can't produce any pigment. So instead of those red albino eyes, he'll have blue leucistic eyes. And in a couple months it'll be easier to tell the males from the females because the males will have antlers and the females will not. Moving on, we have our Roosevelt elk. Just like that leucistic fallow deer, we do have a leucistic Roosevelt elk. These guys are the largest subspecies of elk in North America, weighing about 1,000 pounds and standing to up to 5.5 to 6 feet tall. Like those. We've decided to go off-roading here. So on your right-hand side again, we have our American bison. Now the American bison are North America's largest land animal, weighing about 2,200 pounds. Not to be confused with the buffalo, the bison do have shorter horns and a shorter tail. Speaking of those horns, both males and females do have those horns. In the late 1800s, early 1900s, the population of American bison fell dramatically from hundreds of millions to only a couple hundred remaining in the wild. And that's due to westward expansion and the new cattle that the American explorers were bringing with them. They just couldn't handle the diseases. Fortunately for those bison, it's about the same time that Theodore Roosevelt became president. So when he became president, he was very upset about the fall and decline of the native species here in America. So he placed national parks in order. He made a lot of laws against poaching and hunting, and now the population of American bison is thriving again. They're actually called rhea. So the rhea are from South America, and the males will have those black feathers around their necks, kind of like a fancy collar, and the females will be all gray. They can stand about 5 feet tall. Now when the rheas, oh, there's a rhea egg over there, that yellow thing.
Oh snap, that's a big egg.
Rhea egg.
Now he's just chilling.
Now the females can lay about 20 of those, and she will leave them all for dad to incubate. That's a VIP tour, by the way. That orange truck, I'll tell you about them at the end. VIP tour. So cool. So we have our white rhino here on your right-hand side, or your left-hand side.
Triceratops.
Now, if you look at her closely, you can see her front lip is not a triangle like the black rhino. It is wider, which is, which is what that misconception was in the beginning when they were naming them and translating them over. The Dutch were saying wide for wide front lip, and the English all they heard was white. So that's why the white rhino are called white and not gray. Now, of the 5 species of rhinoceros, the white rhino is the only one that is not critically endangered. With a population of only 20,000 remaining in the wild, they are vulnerable. And that is because of the poaching for their horns. Now, those horns are actually just made up of strands of keratin, tightly packed together, and keratin can be found in your own hair and nails. So, really, it's nothing. However, on your left-hand side, we have our African elephants. We have this one lady covered in mud. She must have rolled around in that. They're using that as their own sunscreen. They have to eat 300 pounds of food a day and drink about 60 gallons of water. That's a lot of food. Now when a female African elephant is pregnant, she will be pregnant for about 22 months. That's just 2 months shy of 2 years. And when her lovely bundle of joy is born, that baby is free from water. And they can move around on that big water very easily because they have a double jointed so they can easily maneuver through all that murky water. Now both males and females do have those horns. However, it's only the females that produce the milk, which is used as a liquid butter in India. Now in front of would stand within 20 minutes and in front of an hour. That's because they are precocious. Most animals in the wild do have to have some kind of mechanism that keep them safe from predators. So most of the them, it kind of breaks up the shape of the antelope themselves. Now the common eland is the largest antelope species in Africa, and both males and females do have those horns. A couple of our black duck, and along our fence line we have some Dama gazelle. Now the Dama gazelle are the largest gazelle species. Unfortunately, they are the most rare because they're means net-like, so each giraffe has a net-like pattern. Each pattern is unique to that giraffe, like zebra stripes and our fingerprints and tiger stripes. Our males can stand about 18 feet tall, weighing 3,000 pounds, and the females can stand about 16 feet tall, weighing 2,000 pounds. In between them were the scimitar horned oryx. Like the Dama gazelle, that coloration is used to help dissipate the heat in those hot, arid climates. And like the basil oryx, they too can raise your body temperature to conserve water. However, if you were to travel to Africa in 2015, you would take part in something called the Great Migration. And that means millions of animals come together and they go from one side of Africa to the other in search of food, water, and shelter. In front of them we have our red and collie cattle.